What to do, folks? We're going back to wait. I'm not gonna mess it up this time because last time I did say the wrong title. Honestly, I come very unprepared every single time I record this shit. Is this a level of unprofessionalism? I don't know. But week 48 of a YouTube Go journey. This story is always a bit different, but I just wanted to say that, I just forgot the line that I was going to say because earlier I was standing on the balcony just a minute or two ago. It's nice weather. I want to get some vitamin D's, fresh air. Since I've been kind of on my PC for a bit, I'm not feeling the greatest because I ate kind of shit the day before. Watched the Sweden game versus the Netherlands. Bro, Sweden lost 5-1. Like, are we dead ass? But essentially, what I was thinking about while standing there, I don't have the exact quote in my head, which kind of sucks, but it was something along the lines of, this is not even like the beginning of my life. Like, I'm not even scratching the surface of what is ahead. Right now it's a nice sunny day. It's hot. I just looked over, because I live on the 5th floor. I just looked over, I see like some neighbors running around with their dogs. I see the traffic ahead. I see the stores. I see many cars and just the horizon, And I laugh to myself. And I've been doing this a lot recently too, where I just laugh to myself at just the current sort of reality that I am in. Now, there are people who has it way better than me. There are people who has it way worse than me. But I really, took a step back and sort of listened to myself, I guess, from the inside, not as stressed or insecure anymore about my YouTube grind. Not stressing about if I make it or not. I'm not really, how should I say? I think I unironically just said not living a high cortisol life. I know that's a whole ass meme, lower cortisol, this and that. But for real though, I work a labor job, is that what you say? But I work an active job, raise my body a lot. It's long hours, and the evening shifts are the longest ones, where it may not be as enjoyable for me to, it may not be the most enjoyable thing for me to do, but I am accepting that this is just the job I have for the time being. And like I've been saying in a lot of my videos, is being content but not complacent. I still wake up early to do my shit with YouTube, my fitness life as well, keeping shit afloat but not settling down for what I have. Still having the hunger and fire inside of me, It's so fun because I started this video, I literally stopped being on the balcony because I had so many thoughts in my head, and I was like, shit, let me start recording now before I forget. Now I've forgotten everything, which kind of sucks. I guess I should have written it down while I had the chance, but I guess I'm just maturing a bit more, I took a step back today. We're working on the Platinum Kaizo video. This is the big next main long form one on the channel. But I've been watching a lot more I don't know if I would say, I guess it falls under the umbrella of self-improvement content, but not general stuff. A bit more I guess niche or trickle down. I don't know if anyone even knows who Taekwondo is. It's like Taekwondo, but it's like TY and then Do, like DOE at the end. And I've been watching him on and off. I used to have periods where I watch him on and off, and he talks about what is the word I'm looking for here? A variety of things. Would it be, in a spiritual sense, financial, dating, whatever it may be, right? But I've been consuming his content for a while, and I came across a video, well, the past few ones, I guess, where it was more so about his success or making it as a creator, becoming a self-made millionaire at a young age and stuff like that. And well, I also watched another video which kind of touched on as well, but it wasn't him, it was Hamza, I think. And it was really just about making a change. I'm trying to simplify this as much as possible since I'm not trying to be a 40 fucking minute video, but just making a change, right? And the difference between people who really are about this shit, not just making it on YouTube, but really going out there and trying to achieve their goals. And I was just thinking that I've talked to so many people, whether I know them personally or not, but just people in general that say they will do so many things and they don't, you know, they just wait it out or don't stick with it, you know, switch up plans halfway. And there are some that really are about that shit, you know, that do it the second they say they are, or, you know, they act quickly. And I realized that I am a quick action taker, which is quite good. You know, when I have my eyes set on something, I make sure to do it. Like, I don't care what things pop up, like a whole new game. Like, I'm not, well, unless it's like a game that would literally change everything for me. Unless you say fucking, I don't know, the next mainline game dropped and I was working on something, I'd probably pause it, you know. But in general, it's not going to be something like that, you know. But not sticking through my word and just doing what I said I would do. A new fan game drops, I'm like, cool, it looks like something I want to play, but I have to finish this video. I'm not going to start up no big project. I'm going to make sure I finish it, you know. And that's just one example. But really being a man of your word and just being quick with your actions. I feel like this is one of the main things that really sets people apart from being successful in life, not just YouTube. But being successful in life compared to someone that's unsuccessful. Now, you don't gotta be like the hardest worker ever, since a lot of people fall into this mindset, even me, that you need to be a hard worker to be successful. And there's many people who are successful that don't even work that hard. And I'm not gonna like bash them or anything. We all got sort of different beliefs we follow. Like, someone might genuinely just feel better like putting more hours into what they do than somebody who doesn't, you know. But I feel like at the core, like, there's a certain level of work you need to put in, you know. And I feel like saying hard work, like, hard work to you might be easy for me, you know. It's subjective to a point, but a level of work needs to be there, you know. You can't just like do nothing. And more so about the thing I was talking about with change, since I'm an action taker, and the plan was to just continue working on the video today, but I really took a step back, like, okay, my two latest, well, three technically, if we count the anime intro I dropped as a separate video, did good, well above the channel average. A lot of people loved the video. If you know what I'm talking about, it's the, well, by the time it's recording, it should be the Apollo video with the nomad lock and stuff, and it's doing really good, and I am proud of those videos. Like, I'm really glad that people enjoyed it. But if I post this Black Kaizo video, let's say it does about the same, but then what? You know, of course it would be, you know, of course I would just continue to make videos that most likely attract new viewers and whatnot, potentially want to blow up. I'm gonna keep on continuing doing that, but it's just like, I post that video, then what, you know? Something, it's hard to explain, but just something in me is like, how much will actually change, you know? And that's when I started thinking more about the shorts I've been posting recently. Really doubling down on that, because I realized I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to long form videos, you know, scripts, titles, thumbnails. But the reality is, I really not that knowledgeable when it comes to short form content. You know, I am a noob when it comes to that, even though I've been on YouTube for a very long time, for years now, which is kind of crazy to really think about. I've really just not cared about shorts, and I think it comes from me just not having interest and really just seeing how other people have blown up and done their own thing with just uploading long form, and I'm like, yeah, let me just do that shit too. But if someone told me, like, literally today, yo, if you just started posting more shorts, you'd reach your success faster, I'd be like, I bet, let me just go ahead and do it, you know? I may not like it that much, but if it's something that will actually help me fast track my success, of course I'm gonna do it, You know, of course. What will be the point of just like shooting myself in the foot, be like, well, I hate shorts, so I'm not gonna give it a try at all. But it's something I think my next sort of YouTube chapter needs to be more based around. I had like some, like I have my formula. I talked about this one thought a lot of videos on this channel where I like the what did I even call that? But the formula where I have like 3 sort of videos which I think will capture a lot of like a broad audience, you know, a lot of new viewers, and then I have one like the Nomad Locks and whatnot, or something, or a series that I've always been wanting to make, which my core viewers would enjoy to watch too. Nomad Lock, the Lost Egg series, whatever it may be. So what I'm trying to say is, because I have such a hard time explaining, but I'm only going to get better at explaining by explaining, which is kind of funny, but it is true. But I have that, but now it's time to work on other areas of my channel, because the success I've built isn't bad. You know, we're at 10K subscribers at the moment, but I want more, you know. Like I've always been saying, you can be content, but don't be complacent. At least for me, like, I'm just not going to be complacent where I'm at right now. A lot of people would be. Their goals might have been 1K, 10K, and that's it. Then they just sort of lose that fire or what it may be. But of course, I want this to be my fucking career, you know. And perhaps focusing more on shorts will be the next big step for the channel. Now, what type of shorts is something I'm still working on. I wrote down a lot of ideas. I also looked at, well, not many channels, only one for now, because I like the way he does his shorts. And his name is Don Schnack. He uploads long form videos too, which does pretty good. Christian uploads Pokemon, but also other stuff like Nintendo and a bit of Sonic, I think. But I like the way he did his shorts, and I was like, fuck it, let me study his shorts, see what I can replicate or learn from here, and start from there and see where it leads, you know. Maybe I'll find another creator down the line where I like the way they do this or that, but just taking inspiration and at least, you know, making the type of short form videos which actually gets views, you know. The thing is that ever since the first, I guess, launch, or when shorts started to become really popular, or a lot of people started to post, is I was afraid of my audience being too split, the short form viewers and long form viewers. Now, I really don't know how it is nowadays, but I still believe that the people who watch your shorts most likely don't watch your fucking long form videos anyway. Like a small percentage who really fuck with you is gonna check out your channel from the shorts anyway, of course, which is good. You know, I'm not complaining about that. So you gain at least from that. But I think I've been viewing the views from shorts a bit too negative. I should view more as a separate feed of content that just helps my channel get its name out there. You know, the people just know who I am. Because I feel like publicity is really all I need. You know, the eyes just set on me. The Paula video was a really good example because, of course, that was a very high quality video, or projects, since it was 2 videos, but I've been doing shit like that for a while. And it was only now that saw, like, at least a decent amount of people saw it, and they were fucking amazed. You know, the video's almost at like, what, 48K views, and the comments are just like overwhelmingly like just positive, you know? I'm just reading one out loud right now. I was actually thinking about just checking the comments because for some nice motivation. Actually, it was almost 47K, I think it was. No, it's 46K, whatever. It's a lot, thousands of views, you know. But the top intro was hot intro. One of the top comments, I'm pretty sure I said this already, but I'm going to read again. I really don't care. But he said, I really never subscribe to YouTubers and never really comment. But, and don't take this as offense, I haven't watched this video. I listen to it as background noise while I flip burgers at work. Okay. And oh my god, just listening to it was an experience. The sound effects, music, and your commentary and voices made it such an experience on their own. I'll be rewatching this because I'm sure the visuals and editing are just as magnificent as what I heard. Keep up the work, man. Like, that's the type of comment you don't get every day. You know? First of all, this guy's basically watching the video twice. And this is a 2-hour video. And when I read it, I kind of laughed out loud too. I'm like, shit, like, what the fuck were you imagining hearing everything, you know, the music that like, and even now it's just putting a smile on my face. Like it really shows what getting eyes on my content will do for my channel. In fact, I think this video got me like almost 1,000 subscribers. Well, I think it got me 500, but it was still a lot, you know, still like for my size right now, it's still a lot, you know, it was a lot of subscribers. And perhaps short form content will help me build sort of my name out there, or just have more eyes on my channel to where my big videos like this will do good. But then again, I'm not 100% sure it's gonna be like such a, I guess, flawless transition or conversion, because I hate to be one of those channels where the shorts are doing really good. You know, the shorts might be getting like 500k views, 1 million, and the long form videos be sitting at like 10k, 5k. Like, bro, that's not what I'm trying to build. But I guess this is something I will just like, I always have to see how it turns out, you know? Like, I doubt that now that I'm posting shorts, I'm losing all my long form viewers, you know? And not even at what rate I will post these shorts, you know? But right now, I am in the experimental phase. I've already tried some. I think I mentioned earlier in previous videos, I did the spray animations. Recently, I talked about sort of underrated mons or disliked mons. The pheasant one did really good, actually. Got like almost 10k on YouTube, 15k on Instagram, dog shit on TikTok for some reason. I don't know. Also, my TikTok account, I made a new one because I thought it was kind of like shadow ban or just needed like a fresh reset. Oh, I talked about this in previous videos, but I'm not trying to dwell too deep into it. But I'm gonna give it a few more tries. If like the account is really not moving forward, I might just go back to my main one. I don't fucking know though. But my point is that this isn't even like I'm barely scratching the surface of what my life could be. I'm 21 years old, with a dream, working my ass off, but still, you know, like anybody else, dealing with their personal problems, whether it be through family, work, something like, you know, my grind may not always be the most motivated person or whatever it may be. I just have to blindly follow that this life that I'm living right now is just a phase. And I feel like the reason why, like I said, I kind of just laugh sometimes, like I did on balconies, because my belief is just so strong that if I really just continue doing what I do, I cannot fail. And really is having this level of like self-belief in myself that I'm not meant to fail. I'm literally meant to win. Like, there's no way I gained all this knowledge. There's no way I spent this much time. There's no way I went through so much trial and error just to fail. And I guess, well, I was going to say maybe some people think this type of thinking is arrogant, that you deserve everything and whatnot. But honestly, I'm pretty sure, I think I said this in a conversation with my friend, or I said this in this series, but I'd rather be the arrogant guy, like the fully arrogant guy, than the guy who has no confidence at all. Like, if I really just had to pick between two extremes, have zero like self-belief or have like 200%, I'm picking 200%, bro. Majority of people might fucking hate me, but at least I believe myself and I will achieve what I set out to achieve. I'm not trying to make this too long because I'm actually hungry as fuck too. I got laundry to do and shit. But I guess today was more of a deeper episode. I didn't even know who's fucking listening and watching this shit anyway, bro. Like, I don't fucking know. But my point is that there's so much more to life. There really is. Like, there's so many things I haven't even experienced that I notice in my day-to-day life. I went to buy sunglasses like the other day, and due to me being inside so much, I felt so like socially like autistic. Like, it's so hard to explain. Like, I just felt like I didn't fit in. You know, it was all like a very like fancy shop. I didn't really know how to like communicate my way through like I guess to try the glasses. It's a bit weird to explain, but basically like in this social setting that day, I just felt so uncomfortable and that I didn't fit in. It's so weird to explain, but I could tell like the lack of just being outside, you know, really made me weird in the moment, you know. I was thinking to myself, why am I even like getting like nervous or anything like that? But I was also just coming from home from work and I was all sweaty and shit and hungry. But I just left. But the next day I came back and I went shopping with my sister anyway. So it was a nice little moment we had. But just small things like that, like just going to a fucking like sunglass shop and getting new shades, you know. It's not like this may not even be anything like huge or special for like the average person. But I don't be doing this shit often, you know. I'll be very diligent with my finances. I save a lot for my 2-year plan, like I've been speaking of a long time. And just be locked away. I'm not saying my room because technically where I edit isn't not well, it's in the living room kind of. So it is a room, but you get my point. But being inside just editing is what I do most of my days. You know, a cool thing with work is that at least I walk a lot, so it helps me with my fitness, and I talk with people while earning money. That's like something positive I can see that I gain from the job itself. But essentially, that this grind phase, whatever this point in my life is right now, is just a phase. My life, like there's so many untapped experiences that I can't even think of that are waiting for me if I just don't stop, you know. And like I said before, the difference between a successful person and one that isn't is that one just takes action and the other doesn't. But also that they're visionary. They have you don't need the biggest ambition in life, but you're creative. You know, you see things ahead that you plan ahead for that you want to do and achieve. But yeah, I'm gonna make food. Relaxing content because my brain's fucking fried from trying to dissect all these short form ideas. But new step, bro. I mean, I don't doubt the Platinum Kaiser video will do bad. It's just I feel like there's more. Like my channel can still like, of course, my channel can still evolve more, but it's just something like I need more of a push. Perhaps this is it, bro. I don't know, but it's just going with intuition and what people have told me I should focus on. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next week.